Ladies and gentlemen, Fortnite OG Season 7 is near, which means Christmas is almost here. Guys, I cannot wait for the release of OG Season 7, and I bet you are hyped as well. This might be one of the best OG seasons that we might get so far, so make sure to buckle your seatbelts and to get ready, because this is what to expect for Fortnite OG Season 7. Yo, what is going on, guys? If you're new here, my name is Tricky. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to use code TRICKYS, TRICKYS, in the Fortnite item shop. Anyways, guys, let's get straight into the first additions and the most important, which is the map. To kick it off, we will see the reintroduction of Polar Peak, which will also have the Infinity Blade, but we'll get to that later. But I am so hyped to have this back since this is the residence of the Ice King, and also it's just a notable POI in Season 7. Frosty Flights will also return, where we will see the reintroduction of planes at its location, which I'm kind of on the fence on whether I want planes back or not. Moving more south, we should also see Happy Hamlet back, which was my drop spot for the first ever Winter Royale in Fortnite. Hopefully they add some sort of Winter Royale tourney back in Fortnite, maybe in Fortnite OG as well. Fingers crossed, but we will just have to wait and see. Last but definitely not least, we should see the addition of snow to the southwest part of the map at the beginning of the season. Then not too long after the Ice King event, the entirety of the map should turn into snow, giving Fortnite OG Season 7 the true Christmas feeling that it once had. Now moving over to the loot pool with one item that we mentioned earlier, which is the Infinity Blade. This is like a sword in the stone type of weapon. Whoever gets to the Infinity Blade first keeps it. It takes a total of 10 seconds to pull the Infinity Blade out of the stone, which grants you 200 health and 200 shield. The blade does 75 damage and one hits any build. Yeah, it's safe to say this blade was pretty broken and made a lot of people angry.
Sing, 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 sing!
Maybe Epic Games will tweak it just a bit to make the blade a bit more fair. We also will see the reintroduction of planes, where you can find them around the map at multiple hangars that look like this. Guys, they were super annoying, especially if you were rammed into while sitting in your base. Pause.
What do you mean by that?
We also got an addition of another vehicle called the Driftboard. It's a hoverboard style vehicle that has 600 health, and if you knew how to control it, you could dodge any bullets. There's nothing much to talk about with the drift boards except for the crazy snipes you could hit on it. We should also see the reintroduction of Christmas presents on the launch of OG Season 7, along with the OG infantry rifle. I have to admit, I don't know which one I would choose, the AK or the infantry rifle. Comment down below which one you would pick. And one of the most annoying items on this list is the boombox. This small but loud speaker can be thrown and instantly break builds while around it. If you combine them with spraying an enemy in a box, it's game over for them. It'll be so much fun to hear this music again. Items that will be vaulted on launch are as follows: portaforts, chillers, clingers, double-barreled shotguns, and shockwaves. We also had burst assault rifles removed, however, they were reintroduced later in the seasons. A lot of people thought this was due to FaZe Tfue because he said he would purchase and support cosmetics if they brought it back. Now let's move over to something even bigger, the OG Pass. It is already confirmed that we will be getting Lynx in the pass. Hopefully her remix is more festive themed to help enhance the OG Christmas nostalgia. Maybe instead of her LED lights, she could have Christmas lights wrapped around her suit. Moving on to the second, which is the onesie skin. We've already gotten a festive style for her, however, I would not hate if they did a festive remix for her again. There's so much to do with onesie skins, and I think that Epic Games will go crazy with the customizable abilities. Last but definitely not least, the one that you have all been waiting for is the Ice King. Now, I think the Ice King will actually tie more to the new OG storyline. Maybe this could be an alternate version of the Ice King where his reality is unknown, similar to the Visitor remix skin. During this time as well, we will see the return of Crackshot's cabin, meaning you will be able to unlock 14 presents over the span of 14 days. This theme for Winterfest is one of the best in my opinion because it's very minimal and simplistic, but it gives people a reason to keep playing the game. Next, we'll go over the storyline, comparing the old storyline to now the new one and potentially what could happen. In the original storyline, Polar Peak began to thaw out, revealing a giant castle owned by the Ice King and several surrounding buildings. Upon realizing that the ice in which the Ice King was frozen in was thawing, the Ice King conjured an ice storm on the island to keep it cold enough to stop from further thawing. However, several days later, the snow and the ice in the island started to melt, and with it, the iceberg continued to melt as well. And as the ice continued to melt even further, a throne room, library, and a dungeon were revealed. And in one of the rooms, there was a table with 5 symbols, each representing a king. The chair behind the fire symbol was flipped, and the dungeon contained cells, one of which contained 5 mysterious eggs. A further room was also revealed, housing a large mound of ice surrounded with chains. The ice kept melting on the chains in Polar Peak, and the dungeon started melting, revealing a pair of arms tied to those chains. Eventually, the ice thawed, and a being known as the Prisoner had escaped with the purpose of regaining his power. As the prisoner regained his power, the deadlocks around his body started falling, and fire appeared around his body, causing seismic activities to start happening around the island. Now, I know I did get way too ahead of myself, but the prisoner does play a big role in this storyline. I wonder if we will also see the reintroduction of him, maybe a remix skin in the OG pass. However, I highly doubt it, and I think the only way that we would see the prisoner is maybe in season 8, but hey, I mean, I could be wrong. Also, there are a lot of forgotten POIs that not many people remember, and one of these is in the southwest part of the map with all the snow, which is Trog's Cave. I believe there was a battle star here along with some quests that you had to do, but I completely forgot about this POI, and comment down below if this is where you're gonna land first, because I think this is where I'm gonna land. Also, Leaky Lake will be renamed to Loot Lake. Now, the new storyline is a little bit complicated, but we do know that the Red Rift has a big part to play in this. Potentially, the 7 could return within Fortnite OG along with the main Battle Royale mode, and it's pretty ironic. Chapter 7, OG Season 7. Also, there was a leak that the storms are actually supposed to form a 7. I'm not joking about this, by the way. Storms are supposed to be changed within Fortnite. And also, we're having a slot casino POI. And if you're an avid gambler like me, you'll know that 777 is the best thing to get. But I think this was planned from the start, ever since Fortnite OG was released, and they were contemplating the 7's return. But I think, honestly, for almost a year and a half, 2 years now, the 7 has a big part to play within the Fortnite storyline, and I'm glad that Fortnite is reverting back to that. We should know much more about the Fortnite OG storyline once we see the release of Fortnite Chapter 7 and also the live event. Keep in mind, I'm also recording this a little bit in the past because while you're watching this, I currently am on vacation. So if anything is changing within Fortnite OG, I am so sorry if I did miss anything. Hopefully I didn't, but I'll keep an updated comment in the comments below of anything that has changed. But guys, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm telling y'all, liking really does help me out in the algorithm, and if you want more people to be informed about Fortnite OG and play Fortnite OG a lot more, then make sure to like the video so that everyone can come back to this game mode, because honestly, it's going to be peak. If we get the player counts that we got back in OG Season 2 and also OG Season 1, and if Epic Games fixes a lot of the stuff in the game mode, I'm telling y'all, this is going to be one of the peak times of Fortnite. I think it could even compare to Fortnite OG in 2023. And I've also seen a lot of people talking about it. But yeah, anyways, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you are excited to see the most in Fortnite OG Season 7. Anyways, guys, it's been your boy Tricky, and I'm out. Peace.